Hello there, welcome back to the Inclusive Classroom. My name is Blessing Evalsam and you are welcome back. So today I'll be talking about something very interesting. I'll be giving you some disabilities that you have probably never heard of. So let's dive right into it. So number one on my list is Tourette Syndrome. Tourette Syndrome is a neurodevelopmental disorder and it is characterized by a recurring involuntary movement or vocalization. And these vocalization or movements are often called tics. Tics are of different types. We have simple motor tics, we have complex motor tics, we have simple vocal tics, and we have complex vocal tics. An example of simple motor tics is blinking the eyes. So you see somebody that is always blinking the eyes, always involuntarily blinking the eyes and maybe making a certain kind of movement. This can be a symptom of Tourette syndrome. And an example of complex motor tics is hopping. An example of simple vocal tics can be sniffing, always clearing the throat. Studies have shown us that Tourette syndrome cannot be cured, but it can be managed, and it is most times usually seen in boys than in girls. It is seen in children. It cannot be cured, like I said. Tourette syndrome is not a learning disability, but can cause difficulties in learning in a child. Tourette syndrome gets worsened when the person is stressed, when the person is anxious, when the person is excited, and you can oftentimes make it calm down by engaging a person in calm activities and making sure that the person is involved in activities that will make him or her to be focused. Some of the causes of Tourette syndrome, I know you might be wondering, can be genetics, which is hereditary, or it can be caused by environmental factors. Some people might be wondering, what is this Tourette syndrome? So there is a movie I would love to recommend. It's titled In Front of the Class. It's a movie of a young boy who had Tourette syndrome in school and how he was able to manage it, what he faced in school. I actually watched this movie and I literally cried my eyes out. I cried my eyes out. I'm sure if you watch the movie, if you're a cry baby like me, you will definitely cry if you watch the movie. Just check out the movie and come back to thank me. Number two on my list is misophonia. Misophonia can also be called selective sound sensitivity syndrome. Misophonia is a neurological condition that comes with strong response to certain sounds. Usually people that have misophonia get irritated, they get angry, they get disturbed when they hear a certain sound. These sounds can be triggers, and some of these sounds are snapping a gum, chewing, hitting a pencil on a surface, dropping water sound. These are some of the sounds that people with misophonia can get irritated by. Some of their characteristics is anger. They tend to be irritated when these triggers are present. They exhibit irritation. Treatment of people with misophonia can involve therapy and lifestyle recommendations like staying in a noise-free living environment. Okay, the third disability I'm going to talk about is dyspraxia. Dyspraxia is a neurodevelopmental disorder. It can also be called developmental coordination disorder. This disorder affects motor skills and coordination. Motor skills can be fine motor skills and gross motor skills. Example of fine motor skills are tying a shoelace and writing. And then we have gross motor skills like balancing and coordination. Dyspraxia can cause learning difficulties in children. People with or children with dyspraxia usually have difficulty with their pencil grip. They have issues holding their pencil to write, difficulty in mathematics problem. They have difficulty in reading comprehension. So if you see a child with this kind of characteristics, know that this child might be giving you signs of dyspraxia. Some causes of dyspraxia can be genetics, meaning that it is hereditary, and a child can get it from a parent or can get it from grandparents. Another cause of dyspraxia can also be brain development. When the brain is not properly developed, it can also cause dyspraxia. And a possible cause of dyspraxia is preterm birth. We know what preterm is. Preterm is giving birth to a child before 37 weeks. That's giving birth to a child prematurely. These are some of the causes of dyspraxia. I hope we understand. Okay, so the last disability I'll be talking about is quite interesting. I know some people might say, this one is a good disability. But I need you to know that there is no disability that is good. Every person that has a disability in one way or the other wishes that, okay, I never had this thing. So this disability is called hyperthymesia. Hyperthymesia is also called highly superior autobiographical memory. It is a disability or a rare condition that allows people to remember nearly every event in their life. So people with hyperthymesia tend to remember every experiences in their life with precision. And when I mean precision and accuracy. Somebody might say, this one is a good disability, but no, it's not a good disability, because they also have their downsides. They have times when they wish that, okay, I never had this disability. There are some characteristics of people with hyperthymesia. Okay, the first characteristics of people with hyperthymesia is exceptional memory. Exceptional memory in that they remember every experience of their life with dates. They remember the events. They remember you. I don't know if you have met people that will be like, oh, this thing happened on the 2nd of June 1986. It was on a Tuesday. It happened and it was raining that day. People that have this kind of exceptional memory most times have what we call hyperthymesia. Another characteristics of people with hyperthymesia is involuntary recall, meaning that they recall things involuntarily. They might just be sitting down and maybe an event happened in front of them. They can link it to something that happened in 1990. So that's what I mean by involuntary recall. People with hyperthymesia have struggles. Number one, they struggle with their daily activities or their daily life. They struggle, yes, with their daily life, because they cannot think of the present, they cannot think of the future. They rather remember past events. They start thinking of things that have happened. So I don't know if you've met some people that they cannot just forget past events, and you're trying to tell them, we have moved past that, can we just think of something else? Those kind of people might be suffering from hyperthymesia. Another thing that people with hyperthymesia suffers from is emotional regulation, and they find it really difficult to let go of traumatic experiences. So maybe they had lost a loved one in a car accident where they were involved in, and that trauma, that traumatic experience keeps coming into their mind, and they find it really difficult to let go of that experience. So this is how far we can go. These are the 4 disabilities I'm going to be talking about today. Maybe in another video I'll talk about other types of disabilities that you have probably never heard of. Okay, so what's the essence of this video? The essence of this video is not to put anyone down. It is to create awareness. It is to make sure that people know that these things exist in our society. It is to encourage an inclusive environment. If we, the so-called normal people, now I noticed something, that the so-called normal people, when they see people that have disabilities, they tend to want to move away from them, but that should not be the case. When you see people that have these disabilities, draw them closer, ask them, how can I be of help? You see someone with a Tourette syndrome, there are so many celebrities that have Tourette syndrome. They are living with it because they have people that love them around. And if everyone can accommodate these people with disability, the society and the world at large is going to be a better place. If you have watched up to this moment, that means you found this video really interesting. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel or to become our family member. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching the video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you can get other videos. See you in my next video. Bye.